Like the video as you coming in. We're gonna go into the mind of Bryan Kohberger. Let's go! Welcome to a special of Vinnies talk. Man, we're talking about the Idaho 4 case, guys. We're back on the podcast. Right? Back on the podcast. Rest in peace, Kaylee, Maddie, Dana, Ethan. They caught the suspect, Bryan Kohberger. Back up on the podcast, man. Vinnies! We got Little Mama's talk, man. Vinnies talk, right? We're back up in it. They caught the suspect, y'all. Happy New Year's Eve, Vinny D. Young Wolf, baby. Like, subscribe to the video. Let's go. What's up, T? Dude, this dude looks crazy, right? He looks crazy. Everybody keeps talking about him. I'm watching all these YouTube videos about how he studied criminal justice, criminology, and how he lived on this apartment off of, in Washington State, in Pullman. This dude literally, once again, I'm going to say, these are just my opinions, my thoughts. Everything on this video is just my opinions, my thoughts, guys. Anyways, this dude, allegedly, right? I mean, he drove literally 2,500 miles across from Pennsylvania to Washington State. And supposedly was like 8 or 9 miles away from Idaho, Moscow, where the murder is set to take place. The police now said they located a Hyundai Elantra, which maybe was his mom's. We don't know yet. Wasn't confirmed. The cops and the Moscow police department, you got to give them a round of applause, right? They did a great job in this investigation by keeping it tucked to the vest. I just thought in the beginning that the communication was a little sour with the community and the families. But there was reasoning for that, because this is how sometimes homicide investigations are done, guys, right? And I can't believe they caught this killer. It's definitely rewarding in effect, and I know the families they're probably very happy that this dude is off the streets, but you can't bring back, the kids, and I know that this is kind of like a gift for the new year, because they don't have to worry about it. Now I know that even though there has been an arrest, that even though this suspect has been arrested, until he's convicted of these crimes, then I really feel like justice will be served in that matter when it comes time to that. But we have some justice now, and 7 weeks into this investigation, it's almost 2 months now. 7 weeks, guys. 7 weeks. They had a cleanup crew at the house, which was halted because supposedly it was a court order, because I'm pretty sure they're still gathering evidence from that house, biohazards and maybe DNA or some sort of that. I was hearing reports of that, this is just allegedly, but this could be very true, that they located this dude based off of DNA from ancestry, like family. The police were following this dude for like 4 to several days before they allegedly arrested him in his home back in Pennsylvania, right? So can you only imagine that this dude, carried out his acts and did this stuff in Moscow, Idaho, the brain of a psychopath criminal, only to think that this person, this is very crazy, guys, very crazy, that this person was studying criminal justice, criminology, plotting, and all this other shit. This is a sick-minded individual, right? Asking questions how to carry out his acts online, asking questions and weird shit like that. Supposedly, allegedly, he was following the victims, Maddie and Kaylee. And I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but that's what I hear. And like I said, I don't like to spread rumors. I don't like to speculate too much, but I like to voice and give you guys my opinion and my thoughts and my opinions. This was exactly what it is. But when you take a look at this dude's background, how can you study criminology and then supposedly go back home after you've done this crucial crime, and the mindset of a sociopath the killer of this magnitude, and then go back to school and play like, everything's fine, and look at your classmates and your friends like, after you've done something, this is sociopathic, psychopathic behavior, which is very crazy. It gets me thinking and wanted to dig deeper into this guy's mindset. Like, wow, dude, this guy's like, what was he thinking, bro? Like, I don't know, man. The fact that he was studying criminal justice, and me personally, I wanted to go to school to be a criminal justice major, and he was also a PhD major, right? Police searched his house back in Pennsylvania. And it's also crazy to think that they actually followed him for like several days before they actually caught this dude. Bryan. And I talked about it in my last podcast. Now, the fact that Kaylee had talked about that she had a stalker. Could it be now, in fact, that he had plotted against the girls? That he was following them around? Because the way it seemed like he carried out his acts seemed like, man, this shit was premeditated. I mean, think about it. If he was if he indeed, that he did study, obviously, criminology and criminal justice, and did all this, like, planning and all this, then, man, he must have had this shit planned out way before we even knew, right, guys? And it almost seems like that, sick individuals have mindsets like this, but going back and looking into it, there's so many other videos that I'm probably going to do and make, because I got to recap and go back into, and I'm just like, damn, dude, we never would have expected of this person, a sick individual like that, right? And everybody that was saying the hoodie dude, Jack S, Jack D, I never, simply pointed my fingers at them or whatnot. But if I ever assumed, I apologize, man. I apologize, even though there's a lot of YouTubers out there that probably apologize as well. You know what I'm saying? We got to go back to that and be like, you know what? This is the person that's innocent, right? And now this person, they found a suspect. They haven't found the murder weapon yet. I'm very confident in that they will, even though they haven't found it. I really do believe that this killer, the suspected killer, has held on to this knife as a prize. Like, he looks at it like a prize to him, because killers are sick individuals, especially this dude, man. He looks freaking sick in his mind. And I feel like the police, they did a great job here in the end. And I feel like if they wouldn't have found this dude, imagine, he could have committed to more murders. He could have done it again. We don't know where his mind was at. I seen an interview of a friend that knew him saying that he was a friendly person. Not a friendly person, but Jesus, come on. I seen another video of a guy that used to run with him every night. They used to run like 6-7 miles. And the dude said he would have never thought that he was always nice. Very shocking to him. I mean, take a look at it, guys. It could be the simplest, most normalist people to commit such gruesome crimes of this magnitude, right? It just kind of opens your mind up, you know what I'm saying, to think outside the box. And that's why, that's why a true crime podcast, true crime sleuthers out there always kind of have that outside of the box mindset. Or maybe why I think, foul play instead of just accidental type shit, because it's always that normal type motherfucker. Excuse my language, but it's New Year's Eve. Why not? Happy New Year's Eve, guys. To have a socio mindset, like a sociopath mindset, right? This dude was, if you want me to be frank and honest, this dude was simply crazy, man. They have the suspect, right? But the investigation's still ongoing. It's not over yet. We still have a lot to uncover, a lot to unpack, and to recap and keep talking about, right, guys? And I want to be here for the ride, and I want to be here to keep covering these cases. And I want to thank you guys for, liking my videos, even watching, whatever the case may be. Go ahead and give this video a like. Hit that like button. It's your boy Vinny D, the young wolf, right, guys? What's up, man? Shout out to my subscribers, man. My wolfers, right? As you may call it. Like I said, man, it's New Year's Eve, and why not talk about the true crime talk, right? Vinnies talk. 10 minutes on the podcast. I know there's a lot of true crimers out there that do the lives and whatnot. Hey, you're hanging out with your boy Vinny D right here. We're going to do a pre-upload, you know what I'm saying? What's your boy Vinny D, the young wolf? True crime talk. And the Idaho 4, man. Like I said, Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan. These lost souls no longer with us because of this individual, right? But I also have to say that, you know, the impact of life, their impact of what they were here to do definitely impacted a lot of people, especially in the YouTube community and me, you know what I'm saying? It impacted me to want to do this more. Be the voice that the voice doesn't have anymore. We are the voice, the true crime community, right? And we will keep being the voice of the true crime community. Out of 2022 into 2023, we are the voice of the voiceless, right? See, I don't do this true crime stuff for nothing, right? I don't jump on the podcast and talk just because I love true crime, but I really want justice for the victims. I want to be the voice that they no longer have a voice. And everybody thought this case was going to go cold. For a moment, it kind of seemed like it was going to go cold, and you know, we were blaming the police, saying they weren't really doing a good job. I'm guilty of saying that the communication was a little off. I'm not saying that it was a little off, but the FBI, the state police, and the Moscow, the way they handled it, I felt like pristine, dude. Towards the end, they were following this dude. Look, man, that's a long period of time to be driving from one side of the country. That's 2,500 miles. Several thousand miles, guys. This is quite some time, right? And you know, this is crazy, dude. This is a crazy case, man. It's still ongoing. They still gotta get this dude, extradite him back to Idaho. Going through the court proceedings is a mug, right? And I really do believe justice will prevail. And I just want to say this, man. Justice for all the victims, man. And shout out to all my subscribers, right? Going into a killer's mind. Very crazy, right? Now, talking about this may be triggering for some, so maybe some people shouldn't watch it. But I just wanted to say that there's a lot of people out there that don't understand the magnitude of this crime, and driving over from one state to another, planning out what you're going to do before you do it, and then, of course, carrying it out, right? So a lot of people speculated on how this man left the house without any blood. There was no blood. There was no nothing, right? Now, I'm not sure about the car. Did the police find blood in the car? I'm not sure. But the fact that, you know, there was no blood trail outside the house, which boggled my mind, because that only tells me, allegedly, that this guy, being in the mindset, going through in the mindset of this person, you can only imagine that he had to have on some plastic or something so the blood wouldn't drip out somewhere, right? And also, it almost seems like he premeditated this shit, the way it was done, the way he handled it. So much like crazy things going through one person's mindset, right? To do something like this is very troubling, man. And the fact that he was studying criminal justice, criminology, going to school and asking questions, having people fill out forms, or a form to kind of guide him through of how he was he a sick-minded individual like that? Or was he generally asking questions? Because I'm sorry, but that is very strange to me. But this is just a little bit about him and going through the mind of a crazy person. That's crazy to me. That you can allegedly go back to school after you commit a crime of this magnitude and act like nothing. You didn't do nothing. Right? I don't know, man. To me, that's just crazy. But I just wanted to talk and go into the mind of this, try to pick apart how you could be in criminology and criminal mindset, and then I mean, you study these things in a book, you study these things, and then go back and do that kind of shit, right? I don't know, man. That is just crazy to me, guys. But this is an ongoing investigation going into the mind of Bryan, right? Rest in peace to Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, and Xana. Never forget them, right? We have to get a conviction for this dude. And justice, more justice, justice to the families going into 2023. Justice for all, right? For all the victims involved in this crime. How do you go into a mindset of a killer of this magnitude? His past definitely could affect him as a person, like as human beings living on this earth. Some may agree, some may not agree. But childhood trauma, what you went through in life, effects of how you behave now onto this earth. You know, reading reports of going into, addicted to drugs, that sort of thing. And then, getting clean after the fact and going to school, studying criminal mind. The criminal mind. Can you guys understand that? When you're studying the criminal mind, asking questions about the criminal activity, and then carrying your acts out. I don't know. To me, it's a little strange, right? I just want to say thank you guys for liking, subscribing to my video. This is your boy Vinny D, the Young Wolf. We're covering the Idaho 4 case. But I just wanted to do a little deep dive into this and everything that this dude was doing before he was carrying out these acts, like what he was studying in college and how he was preparing for this, right? Because in my eyes, this dude was preparing for this. He went to school for this, he studied for this, and he knew what he was doing. A sociopath would only know, right? Psychopath would only know. And he thought he was smarter than the law, but the law is what they do. The police is in the forefront. And that's why you can't outsmart the police, the FBI, and eventually it catches up to you. This is the crazy thing in the mindset of a criminal, right? Can you understand? Some people don't, right? But anyways, guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, right? New Year's Eve. It don't feel like it, but sure as hell. Hey, I want to say, thank you guys for subscribing and liking my videos. And we just want to give a big thanks to the law enforcement. Obviously, in the beginning, it was a little shaky, but the way they are carrying it out now is very cool. Cool, passionate. They're getting it done. And I know, some may not agree with your boy Vinny D, the Young Wolf, but we're talking a little bit about going into the mindset of this person, and it's only deep diving it because this person seems a little whacked out. He's a little whacked out, guys, right? We just wanted to give you guys a little bit more today on the podcast. Going into the new year, like I said, man, I got a lot of exciting things coming up for the new year. My hair's a little funky. A little funky, guys, for the new year, right? Beard's coming in looking good. But everything seemed normal with this dude, man, right? I mean, he had friends saying that everything was normal, and he turned out to be this, like a freaking sociopath, a psychopath. How can you go inside a school after you commit these crimes and go back to college and look at your classmates like everything's fine? And they're talking about these murders, they're talking about if this is indeed what happened, allegedly, right? They were talking about the Idaho 4 murders, and he's just sitting there like everything is fine. That's some crazy shit, man. That's crazy, guys. To think that this dude would carry out such a horrific tragedy of this magnitude. And it only made me think that he was studying what he was planning to do before he did it. studying, and not just studying by studying. I mean, if this is the case, and this is true that he was actually following Maddie and Kaylee, you can only know that if he was only miles and miles away, right, when he returned, when he drove all the way from Pennsylvania to Washington State, and Idaho was right next door, right, a few miles off, he was pinpointing what he was going to do, right, inside the criminal mind. Now that's crazy shit, man. Going to school to actually pinpoint what you're going to do and help do what you're going to do. I have a little trouble learning and understanding things sometimes, guys, but I'm very well equipped to learn and understand and recap and go back and learning things. But some people may think I'm a little slow, but I'm not, because I always have to recap. Sometimes I have to recap and go back in, but this one is crazy for me, and I have to do a little bit more studying, a little bit more deep diving. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to learn things, so especially with this case. But I want to keep covering it and researching things, because you know, the police even said that we want every little detail about this dude. We want to know everything. Like, what did he do? Like, how did he become of this? Like, I hope that they could get him to confess if he's the person that actually is responsible, and the police believe that this person did it. I mean, dude is crazy looking, right? But I just want to come up here and talk, give you a little insight of how I feel, my thoughts, and the killer's mindset. Why? How the fuck can you go from criminology, criminal justice, into a mindset of actually carrying out the actions? From a normal dude to someone like this of this magnitude, guys. But anyways, guys, Happy New Year from your boy Vinny D, the Young Wolf. I'm signing off. Hopefully you guys could like, subscribe to my videos, man. Alright? Vinny D, man. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. Until the next time. Peace out, guys.